Why don't you leave me alone? I'm gonna ride for her and I'm going strong. I'm gonna chill on the channel. I don't give a damn if you think it's a scandal. I like skin girl. They make my world out. All I mess with is my skin girl. I'm in love with skin girl. All I mess with is my skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with I ever talk. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. I don't care how stupid I look. I have a form and a wall that got me shut. I'm gonna travel across the Atlantic. Think I made it panic. I almost lost it to and change her, but she turned them down. She want a big ass black ass baby. Ass with a black skin girl. I'm in love with a black skin girl. Never talk with a black skin girl. I'm in love with all I'm living with. When I ever talk. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. Check out you looking stupid. Got a nigga looking crazy. I already knew you were shady. Streaming content is lazy. When I jump on a panel, it get too hot to handle. Super come to the red. I know that it is true. hard. Oh my God, you make a fraud, right? Motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. Never talk. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with I ever talk.
Have they proven themselves being worthy of deserving your attention?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, is Jessica on stage dancing naked?
Well, are you talking about? Wait. Are you talking about strictly for Jessica, or are you talking about overall the chicks that are on the panel?
No, I'm talking about strictly for Jessica. I feel like so I stepped away for a bit, and then I came back, and I know several brothers.
Angel, oh yeah. Give me something like love, wisdom. Give me something like that, baby. Give me something like an angel. More like Kendra did. Give me something like faith, baby. Give me something like Elise. Give me something like Crystal. Let's learn about Crystal. Give me something like Bayou Bunny. More like Concrete Rose. Give me something like Sister George. More like Dusty B. Give me something like Tasha K. Layla Lynn. Oh yeah. Give me something like King Gunna Girls. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Oh, like Rashida, baby. Rashida, baby. My dark skin queen. Oh. Welcome, everybody. This is DERELL with the Conscious Clientele. Happy to be here once again and to have some type of intelligent discourse with each and every one of you. This is basically 12:39 p.m. on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon in the city of Houston, Texas. I am looking forward to having this topic about the Black community and about the business class, the professional class, the entrepreneurial class, the educated, those of any subsequence amount of success that is worth noted. We need to talk about what do successful Black people owe the Black community. So those are going to wonder. So DERELL, what is your reason for discussing this topic? Well, as many of you know, in particular sectors that I'm in, I was a white guy by the name of Trailer Hood Ninja, who has been exposed for being not only racist, but saying very, very harmful things from a pedophilic level as it relates to our children, causing harm to our children, and causing harm to Black people in particular. I was not surprised because for many people that know me, know that I am hypercritical and suspicious of any non-black person that comes into spaces that I am operating in. Period. So my brother BMT exposed what happened. He did videos on it and he gave his perspective because his platform is open in mind. Matter of fact, I was on his listening to him earlier today. And last night, I watched the Faith Factor with and Commendable Kate, and they actually do live streams as a team, as a tandem, and they do real good content. And shout out to the Faith Factor, and shout out to Commendable Kate, because see, as we were talking about Mr. Trailer Hood, the shifted, and we began to talk about our people in general. Okay? We began to talk about black people leaving the community for whatever reasons. Now, in those reasons, I pointed out that it's not beneficial for successful black people to allow themselves to be stricken with trying to resolve the problems of everybody. You cannot spread yourself thin. It's beneficial for you to spread yourself thin, attempting to cure all of the ills of the hood that you can only help so many people. You can only resonate with so many people, and you cannot force people to change. They have to want to change themselves. I talked about the fact that you're going to waste so much time, energy, money attempting to come aboard. You're going to hurt what you already built. Now, my brother to the left, Commendable K, believes in rugged individualism. Like, you need to do it on your own. Shout out to Red Pill Finance. Shout out to West Bank. What's up, Michael Israel? Sure, Whitty came in, King Miley. We're going to have a great discussion today. And I hope that people from the Faith Channel and Commendable K will come in today and discuss this. A continuation of this topic. Now, I'm going to talk about, trying to look at the timestamp, where I began talking about how we should function as men. There was a brother by the name Frida Green, as you can see on the screen. Frida Green, who's at the bottom left, felt some type of way for the fact that I talked about the time wasted, the energy wasted in trying to convert people to want to be successful. I'm trying to look at my last statements. And I'm going to talk about, okay, somewhere right here. Okay. It will give a basis how the whole show that focused on the white supremacist trailer hood ninja to talking about how black people should try to help the community. So I'm going to go at this point and let you all hear, and then you can make your own decision on things. Right? Yeah, I mean, my thing is that, I mean, see, we have to understand, see, there's a lot of people that think the black experience has to be an experience of trauma, of stress, heartache, pain. We really like, we really don't have to live like that. We really don't. But there are a lot of people think if you didn't go through struggle, you have to deal with all kinds of heartache, pain to really understand what it is to be black. And we really don't have to go. Yes, there's a certain amount of things that happen because of us being black. But we could be doing a lot better, and we'd be able to fight racism a lot if we garner our resources together and do for ourselves. Because if we create our own jobs and things like that, it would minimize us going to other people's corporations and being discriminated. We're providing a safety net. So that it's going to actually release us of a lot of it. Not totally, but a large percentage of that go away. But we feel that a lot of people feel like blackness, the black experience has to be an experience of failure, of tragedy, violence. They think that. Matter of fact, I remember. I lived when I was going to school in Baton Rouge. There are a lot of nice black neighborhoods, like Baton Rouge, like 55%. There were people from the Northeast, the South. When I showed them some of these black neighborhoods, they said it's not good. Black people can't live like this. I've never seen black people in neighborhoods. This got to be some white folks living. And I'm sitting there like, why is it that for us we have to be put in this shell that has to be, dysfunctional, raggedy, it can't be nice and neat, landscaping is well taken care of, safe neighborhoods. They could not believe that this was black people living in neighborhoods like they initially thought it was white.
Hey, I'm going to stop at the point. You all are saying that it sounds like a heavy echo. Stop it. You all are saying I don't know what's going on with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play it a different way. I don't understand why it's doing that. Let me look at the times now. I'm going to play it through my phone and see if I can I don't know why it's echoing. Give me 1 second, guys. And I do apologize.
And it was. But see that's the mindset that
Can I try it again?
we have to get out of.
Yeah, we already have a few people down here in the chat that are giving the pushback. and this really solves what? Black people have done that already. That's Pookie Bear 97.
They can come on the panel.
This is Frito Green. He I guess he's giving me pushback because I talked about leaving Chicago and coming to Phoenix because it's safer. He says no one from here is trying to keep you here. What you find out is you move away and fail and point your finger back at the hood. If I fail, I point my finger back at me. I can't.
Yeah. So what if you fail? That's part of success. You're not going to, failure happens.
Yeah, it does. It happens to all of us, no matter where you are. So
yeah, they should come on. They should come on the panel and they should come on the panel and express their grievances. But I mean, it's like I think it's sensational or great that We have 8 people on the panel. We haven't gotten to arguing and fighting. It's a really good flow. And I think this should be an example that we can do this from now on if we want to as a community. So the next DERELL was Brother Speak. If you could unmute your mic.
And after Bro Speak, we'll go to Mahogany, so then we get to Abbott Smith. She's been waiting patiently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember having this conversation on another panel, and he was talking about the Cosby Show, and he was saying, well, the Cosby Show seems fake, and I'm like, why? Because you had Bill Cosby, who was a doctor, you had Felicia Rashad, who was a lawyer, the kids were okay, everything was okay. They figured that was fake, whereas Good Times was a more accurate description of the Black experience. And it just bothered me that, like DERELL saying, you can't show Black people successful. You can't show a Black man with a business, with a great business, and being a doctor, and being all these things. Then it seems like you're trying to be white. And I think that is the big problem, is why we still stay in this mode where we have to bring all our worthless family around. You know.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm really not getting the best reception. I don't know why it's echoing, but damn, I wanted you all to hear, because it kind of speaks to the issues that we have in our community. And let me redo it. Guys, let me redo it, because I want y'all to hear this, because I think it's important. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play it and let you just listen to it a different way. Let me do this.
That keeps us, well, you don't want to abandon nobody. I know my mother was the same way. That DERELL mother was. She was like, you gotta take care of your brother. Find out what's wrong with my brother. Even though my brother literally didn't talk to my mother or me for almost 2 years. Matter of fact, he didn't even know my mother died till like 6 months later.
To her funeral?
No, because he didn't know. Because I couldn't even reach him.
Wow.
Yeah. And, because he had moved, when we had moved to another apartment, he had left. He even left the city. So we didn't know where he was, and my mother was worried about it. I put him off. I'm like, hey, he don't want to contact us. I'm not wasting my breath. But I think that's it too. And the other thing I think is, Black people have unfortunately been associated with losing so much that we think if we just be around these white folks, we start winning. And or if you try to be like white, now you're trying to be better or something like that. It's so much other stuff with that. And then there's another thing that I've noticed, that if you don't really seem Black, like you're not interested in Black things, you pretty much get rejected. And I think that's where a lot of your coons come about, because they were people that were rejected by the non-Black community, because you don't have the same interests. There's a lot of stuff going into that. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Bro Speak, for sharing that. I do appreciate you, and I want to go ahead and get it on over to Mahogany Roots. I know she's been waiting patiently. What's up, sis? What do you want to say about Black people and the importance of having proximity to whiteness?
Oh, thank you. It's no problem. I've been enjoying everything that everybody said, and I agree with everything that everybody said. The fact is, a lot of us have been brainwashed, and it's just something. It's a miseducation that we pass down and pass down and pass down. A lot of us do believe that basically the white man's ice colder. It's something that even maybe subconsciously that we've been taught. I know. I'll just use my upbringing for example. My grandmother is almost 100 years old. I love that woman to death. One of the most intelligent women ever to me. My role model. But basically, I remember when I first started going natural. Well, I was natural for a while when I was younger, but eventually I got perm and all my hair fell out. But then I went natural again, and I cut all my hair off. I had really short hair. Afro. And I came back from college and she saw me and she was like, oh my gosh, what did you do, girl? Like she believing you're attracted to them. So and it's a miseducation that we have to, once we recognize it, think back to how many times you've heard, and I know Faith, you probably heard this, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, and all these ignorant comments. And I mean, I'm not going to go down that road because it would take all day, but we've all heard ignorant crap that we have been, that have been passed down and into us as a people. And we've got to unlearn those things. As far as the living arrangement, I think a lot of people that think that being closer to white people is some kind of privilege to have never really been around white people. You are, because if you've been around them, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see the fascination. I really don't. I live in a neighborhood, and I'll try and keep this short and sweet so AP can talk. But I've been around them my whole life. And I've told the story over here, Faith, about the girl that was supposed to be my best friend, and then but how filthy her house was. So anyway, my point is the fascination comes from just not knowing. So you believe the grass is green until you get over there and find out the grass is the same grass you got.
It's the same grass.
It needs treatment.
Yes. The only thing is that.
Okay, I'm going to stop at this point because people are still complaining. I'm listening through another device and it sounds clear, but people are saying that the sound quality is still bad. So, I don't understand. I'm not going to screen share anymore. I'm just going to play it and just let you hear it. I think it's better that way.
They just don't publicize theirs and put each other out on Front Street like we do. I will say that.
Yes, and I wish we would stop doing.
How's it going? This is another great topic, Faith. As far as
was a part of the battle rap culture for a long.
To death. I'm one of the most intelligent women ever to me, my role model. But basically, I remember when I first started going natural. I was natural for a while when I was younger, but eventually I put a perm in, girl, all my hair fell out. But then I went natural again, and I cut all my hair off. I had a really short afro. And I came back from college, and she saw me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, what did you do, girl?" Like she called me nappy-headed and all this and that. But I understood that I understood it. fake. You see what I'm saying? I understood. I know she didn't mean it, but basically, a lot of us are still kind of living through those lenses, like the brother commendable K was saying. Why are you attracted to light skin? Is it that you're really attracted to light skin, or you through the years, through just being brainwashed, just believe that your eccentric features is more beautiful? Are you really attracted to them? Are you just been brainwashed into believing you're attracted to them? So, and it's a misconception that we have to, once we recognize it, think back to how many times you've heard, and I know Faith, you've probably heard this, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, and all these ignorant comments. And I mean, I'm not never really been around white people. You are
behind the scenes, but they're little cussing 3 and 5-year-olds.
Caucasian young.
Part of the battle rap culture for a long time, prominent in the battle rap culture for a long time.
Okay,
And
how many of them have made platinum albums from it?
platinum albums? The battle rap is none. Not now. If you talk about platinum albums, I can name you some artists though, but not for the battle rap circuit. No. But I was just talking about the effects of these white platinum artists though is trickling down. You'll be shocked at the amount of white artists that are actually out there right now. It's not like, like in the 80s, we just had, the 90s, I should say, we just had like Vanilla Ice and a couple.
Yet, Lil Bootsy, what's the other one? I don't know all the new rappers' names, but all.
In this mode where we have to bring all our worthless family around, it's like we have it's that, then it's also the Bible, our religion, that we have to be our brother's keeper and stuff like that. That keeps us, well, you don't want to abandon nobody. I know my mother was the same way. That DERELL mother was. She was like, you gotta take care of your brother. Find out what's wrong with my brother. Even though my brother literally didn't talk to my mother or me for almost 2 years. Matter of fact, he didn't even know my mother died until like 6
You didn't
months
go to
later.
her funeral?
No, because he didn't know. Because I couldn't even reach him.
Wow.
Yeah. And because he had moved, when we had moved to another apartment, he had moved, he had left, he even left the city. So we didn't know where he was, and my mother was worried about it. I just wrote him off. I'm like, hey, he don't want to contact us. I'm not wasting my breath. But I think that's it too. And the other thing I think is black people have unfortunately been associated with losing so much that we think if we just be around these white folks, we start winning. And or if we or if you try to be like white, now you're trying to be better or something like that. There's so much other stuff with that. And then there's another thing that I've noticed, that if you don't really seem black, like you're not interested in black things, you pretty much get rejected. And I think that's where a lot of your coons come about, because they were people that were rejected by the normal black community because you don't have the same interests. There's a lot of stuff going into that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Bro Speak, for sharing that. I do appreciate you. And I want to go ahead and get it on over to Mahogany Roots. I know she's been waiting patiently. What's up, sis? What do you want to say?
Do that, especially in front of them. We open the platform.
On that the onus on the hood to adopt your interests and make your interest their interest.
Get away from. If someone criticizes the culture and they're also black, we have a right to criticize one another. We're not
But the
putting each
name
other down.
calling, no, the name calling, like calling people apes and stuff like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Because yeah,
That's destructive. Yeah.
I don't like that because y'all didn't like it. Other folks was calling you that. So if you didn't like it when them other people was calling you these,
I'm not sure if Frida Green is a male or female, but so Frida Green says no one from the, I'm assuming the hood is trying to keep you here. What you find out is you move away, then fail, and point your finger. So this is a nature versus nurture situation in that a lot of people who don't have resources and mentors and access to anyone that can help them, they're forced to be at the mercy of the nature, which is the environment. So people who
this is where things start.
They're not really giving their education. Also, they're giving no resources. They may even have food deserts. There's a whole bunch of different things that has them not being able to properly compete with people their own age. And when they get to another area or a bigger pond than what they're used to, they are not able to compete and they struggle and they kind of point the finger back at the hood or the nature because they weren't able to be given the same head start as the counterparts who received the nurture. So again, joining the panel is Frida Green. Welcome.
Now I want you all to focus on what this brother Frida Green is going to be saying, because he made a statement that, basically caused him to come on board. He said, no one from the hood is trying to keep you here. What you find out is that you move away, then when you fail, you point the finger back at the hood. So here he goes with this conflictual thing between people who are in the hood who are unsuccessful versus those who move out, whether they become successful or not. I want you all to listen closely because this will be a big focus on this brother by the name of Frida Green.
Before you play, DERELL.
Thank you. And I'm a man, by the way.
Yes, I knew. I didn't want to gender you, But the thing is, those legs on the screen are clearly pink legs, so we kind of have to go off of what you're giving us, sir. Yeah, but welcome. What say you?
After that, how everybody's doing tonight, man?
Good.
Now, what I was saying was like, some black people leave the hood and say they leave and they finish with the hood and they go off and try their own business and it doesn't work. They'll sit back and blame black people, saying like black people don't support black businesses,
we don't.
Yeah. But a business shouldn't be supported just because you're black. If you don't have the right product that black people want, we won't spend our money on it.
So, I agree with that. I agree.
And
it's true.
And then another thing that I think DERELL.
Now he's referencing me.
One of the other guys say that, black people from the hood say that you're trying to be white and stuff like that. Like, we're picking on them, but you never think about when other people say that, hey, you speaking ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when you say, hey, man, why you act so ghetto? Why you act so hood while living in the ghetto, while living in the hood? What else do you expect? And then when they fire back at you, well, if I'm black and I live in the ghetto and I see most of my people living in the ghetto, then you must be white. Because simple fact is that no one speaks ill about a Jamaican for speaking patois. That is not proper English. But yet we celebrate that. They have their own language. But when we come up with our own language in the hood, it looked down upon. Like, oh no, you embarrassing us for speaking like that. Like, we can't have our own. Like, we can't have our own.
But we can't really speak on that because we don't understand it. Like, if I heard patois, I would not understand the proper version of the language from the improper version of the language because I'm not familiar with the language at all.
Yes,
yeah, because I always tell them, slow down because I don't understand what you're saying. Can you slow down? I don't understand.
What I'm saying is patois is a spinoff from English, is it not?
The unnecessary violence in our neighborhoods over silly things. I look down upon catcalling. I can't leave my house, and if I leave my house wearing a form-fitting outfit, that I can't walk down the street in peace because somebody is going to be yelling from the end of the block, what a fat what I got, and can they get some of that fat what, boo bop blah blah, bleep out all the nasty words. That's what I look down upon. I look down upon the actions.
Or you'll do this to your face.
For the sake. I don't know if that's how it sounds right.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, but I'm gonna continue. Any kind of
That is the big problem why we
Can you hear that?
stay in.
Yes, I can hear that. It's echoing.
Is it still echoing? You sure?
Yeah. Just don't worry about it, man. I'm just gonna play it like this. But what do you think so far? And I'm gonna go to Renaissance Man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be echoing unless if you mute yourself, right? And then we play it, see if the echo still's there. Because usually when we have both feeds with the StreamYard, it will do that. So let me see. Let's do it one more time. And if anybody the crowd says echo, then I'll disable us.
In this mode where we have to bring all worthless family around.
It's echoing, brother.
You know, it's
All
like
right, let me stop it.
we have it's that. There's also
yeah, that's weird. All right,
there may be something going on. There may be something wrong with my StreamYard. I may have to reboot.
All right, well let's go into it. Let's go into it since people are listening. Now, as y'all hear, and I think the brother's from Chicago. Is he originally from Chicago?
No, he's from Florida.
Okay, so why is he talking about another form of another dialect, other black people that's not from America that speaks, which is still a form of English, broken English, nonetheless, that what this has to do with the conversation about, was it code switching? I don't know what he was trying to reiterate, mention that, that it was a totally different group of black people. I mean, maybe if they're not from that environment in that country, maybe so, but still black nonetheless. The point is this, bro, is that the whole argument is why wouldn't the so-called black people that's doing what they should be doing the best as possible come back to the so-called communities or hood and try to lift up and galvanize other black people that don't want to better and help themselves, correct?
Right.
So my thinking, there's still the issue between the so-called uppity Negro and the lower so-called class Negro, and don't understand, say that, you can learn from other black people if you put yourself and ask. Now, if they say no, you keep it pushing. There's always someone out this bunch of group that will open a hand if you need help. The problem with our community, bro, is there's too much handouts in our community, the black community. And I don't like say it, but it is what it is. Like, you're entitled, I should help you. You see that thinking?
Right.
You're not entitled to nothing in this world you live in. You must either work or ask, and somebody might be able to help you. But the city say you must do this, you must do that. It's the same argument these same content creators are trying to say, what are people doing in this community, especially the men. Now, we all know that in most numbers, if we want to go there, there's not always a whole lot of people going to be just put back into some little small pie. Everything's spread out. The only thing with the black community, the issue with they having is they said the money don't stay in this community. The reason why it don't stay in this community because your mindset is bad. What you do with your money is solely up to you. There are black business right now in every part of the country, right, that are residing here. How often people are just depending on how they serve you, you sit there, spend your money with them? None. That's why these other small groups that's not party race, they will get all your service and black people get pennies. And that it is what it is. So when people that's trying to do something just to keep the money in this community, you look down and shame upon to the degree where you don't support it financially. Hell, some of these Negroes don't support most of the content creators on YouTube. So it shows that the mindset is there. You get me? So they can't tell me nothing about what these people, what they should bring back. That's like saying, you owe me something, but I don't have to put nothing in. I don't have to put no work in. That's not how the world works.
All right.
You gotta
Go
do
ahead,
something.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, do something to get something. But like I said, this video we had to chop up and have to talk. I wish I could have downloaded the actual video, but I didn't do that because I was there throughout the whole 4 hours like you. And I'm gonna sit back and say, do I really want to do a reaction to this? Because this is the same thinking of a man that's selling weed. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I mind you, people gonna get mad at me and say, well, I smoke, what's my read? Listen. we are at a point as a people very complacent and lazy right now because of how we move. To sit there and indulge in drugs that keep you stagnant, dumb, and possibly lazy, you think I'm gonna promote that? Really? Man, that's where I'm at, DERELL. You know,
I feel you.
He's complaining about you that you have an actual legit business. Helps not only black people, but everybody else. And business is supposed to grow with getting money, not only from your community, but others. We all know other race people don't support anybody that's black. That's just an honest fact. You know why? Because we give our time and energy to them. So why would they want to give us money? You get me? Because they know
Right.
said that they get our money guaranteed, like the ATM machine. You hear the saying with the so-called Jews, saying that black people are liquid currency. They're not lying. You're going to give them their money without any questioning, whether the service good or bad. And one thing, since we're talking about black business, since I'm doing this little rant, our black business should be a little bit better in regards to customer service to each other, a little better. That's one thing we could do really better if we want to go there. But for the sake of conversation, if you're not patronizing the business, it's hard to do better.
Right.
How you gonna do better and you don't even spend your money with them? And most of these little small corn stores, bro, depending where you live, especially in Texas, where there's a residence of black people, some ADOS, some not, that people that come to America that's not black or actually black, they get their incentives to set shop in the black community because they know said we're going to spend our money with people that most likely 9/10 don't look like us, and we're going to make them richer while we barely could get above water, getting by. So when people have this poor mentality, I'm saying you're going to have to relearn and possibly re-educate yourself to how to maneuver in this new technical age we're in, where less physical labor is going to be obsolete and there's going to be more things you got to do in the tech side down the line. You get me? If people think that if we're doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to have the same results. So for these people that are not productive, refuse to even better their minds, reading a book, and I'm saying this personally because I have a few books which I got to read, that these are things that we could do, but we refuse to do it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be fooled, DERELL. When people talk about they're educated and all this that, I look at them and say, oh, really? Show me. You get me? That's where I'm at now. Because I don't want to hear this one because that's just talking points now for people that's lackadays and lazy. You know what I'm saying? And we got some people that are quote unquote educated, but you look at them because they got a degree, they're doing something. No, you got to go beyond the degree. That's where my mind's at now. And the ones that don't got it, I say, what are you doing constructing out to better yourself right now? You get me? Because every time when the conversations have about what these people that leave the community and don't come back is what we can do for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not for yourself. So who wrote this? In my opinion, the issue with most black business are that they are focused too much on promoting their black-owned business rather than their products enhancement and appeal of their product. And it goes back to, again, how to really market properly. Now, I don't mind people say they're a black business to occasion, but let's be honest. Unless there's a face, most people that's different race, they want to know who they're spending money with. Why I say it? Because if they know it was you, 9/10 times they're gonna stop taking their money and supporting you. You get me? Now I'm not saying you should promote that this is black-owned business because you're in the business to make money. Hell, DERELL, when you create your therapy business and your shop, do you say we only focus on black people? No, you said I am DERELL, I am a therapist. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? We see who you are, we know what service to provide, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Whether they spend money or not, that's optional. But you're in a field where it's needed. And that's nothing we need to go into DERELL. We gotta start creating these little small hustles that people don't need. You get me? Those things can't turn to corporations. It is what it is. You know, I'm not saying you should have these little small hustles, these small shops, some barber shops, nail salons, but these will not turn to corporations, bro. So we had to look at the quality. What are you establishing that people could use right now? Am I saying anything wrong? Do you want me to go on? Oh, he muted himself. Yeah, he muted himself. Oh, you back? Okay. Let me go in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it, people. I wish I could play, but he said there's an echo on this bad boy. I don't know why there's an echo. Matter of fact, let me see if it really is echo. Let me play on my end and do the test. So stand by, people. I'm doing an audio test.
Right? If you grew up loving basketball, most likely your friends are going to love basketball. If you grew up loving hip hop, most likely your friends are going to love hip hop. If you grew up loving makeup, your friends are probably going to also love makeup. Like you gravitate to people that share interests with you. So if you're in the hood and you have different interests from everybody surrounding you, and
yeah, it is doing an echo, so I have to download this. I know the problem. But anyway, like I said before, people, and that's what I like about StreamYard when doing these type of videos. My thing is this, that the mindset and direction Black people got to take it needs, we need to do something different now. Because at much time when you hear these so-called white supremacists and they try and shame Black people for handouts, nothing's wrong with the handout, because everybody gets it, is what you're really doing constructive with the handouts, you know, instead of trying to get by. Because getting by is no longer an option for Black people. We're going to have to start doing something a little bit different now. And the time has come, you're going to have to do this. Just like when CK said best about regentrification during the same live stream. Thomas said they only do this because we're not establishing certain business that possibly will be corporations, if give or take, to sustain some form of revenue that stays into the little towns reside the most. And the ones that we really control, which most of these places where we live in residencies, we don't control because we don't buy most of the property and all that stuff. So you look at all the avenues, what cause and accelerate regentrification. They know you're not organized, you're not pulling your money together enough as people to buy out some of these places just to make it a way where you don't have to be, I guess, affected by their stricter moves through the slight stroke of the pen. So I think our Copernic Greens might have brought something tangible to the conversation. But after listening to it, once y'all really listen to it, if you go back to Faye's channel, you're going to get irritated, very ignorant. We have a few Black billionaires, and it would be nice that they put back to the community. But how our mindset is going, they're not putting no money anywhere in this community if they really choose to. Because you still have propensity of a welfare mindset. And we all know what welfare does to Black community in the long term. You don't come out of it. And you know, one thing, I would entertain the conversation with the brother on my channel, but now when I had a little time to sleep on it, I said I just don't want to entertain certain conversations because it's become redundant now. To me as a man, I just don't have the energy to do it. I just don't, because no one's better than no one if you're a Black person in America. Everybody has to work. They have to provide for themselves and their family, and they're not going to have the time just to, you know, spread the money out like that. Let me see what this is. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Interesting. 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 I just found something. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking at some articles. Yeah, it's definitely, I'm gonna copy and paste this shit right here. was looking at some article, guys. I'm probably going to have to look at this later. Let me pin it up here. All right. But anyway, like I said before, the conversation could be better. I will play more of it. Yes, please do, DERELL. I'm gonna try to see if I could extract this because I think I know what's the issue. Because StreamYard is doing something funny. As DERELL tried to play more of it, I'm trying. Yeah, I know why this is giving me an error. I'm gonna have to undelete this player because it's giving me a hard time now. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time. Mm. Hmm. All right, let me do this. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna re-download the player, see if I could get this audio. All right, guys. I'm just re-downloading this thing so I could get the actual player. That's one of the issues with this. Why StreamYard is doing what it's doing with the audio. I think this will fix it. Keep my fingers crossed. All right, guys. Let me see if this will work now. All right. Let's see this work now. I still have an issue. I don't know why this is having an issue. Stupid torrent on play. Let me open another window.
I'm not going to.
So just super quickly, okay, so hyperstophilia is an attraction to people who commit crime. I saw your comment, 434, thank you. Evanson Kitty says Umar Johnson logic. Do you know what the crazy thing is? I kind of listen to a bit of Umar Johnson, and I can get with some of what he says. I don't disagree with everything that he says. I think if people are actually serious when it comes to what he says, I think a lot of it can be positive. W is for Wombo says, dude in the red tag top is a Michael Sheen. He has good intentions and he has good relationships with women, but he's very lukewarm.
I understand what everybody comes from here. So, hey, I'll see what I can do. We'll just take it how I go.
I respond to great. Just quickly, Andrew Wilkins says, please don't disregard that women with a lot of kids usually never use protection. So a chick with more kids can be pregnant 25 times. True, Andrew. Alright, so, Chef, go ahead because I was talking while you were talking. Say that again.
She's on her way back right now. When she gets back, I'm going to call you back. Hopefully you'll be along. I'm going to have her. So she can explain it better.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I got him. And I'll that's your woman. That's what you do in your program. So you can't sit up there and say that's the catalyst for me. I'm not you. I'm in the real. No, I get that. But I'm
Wait, because if you talk at the same time, so we can't hear him, let him speak.
She be right. She on her way back now. Just as soon as she gets back, I'm gonna call you right back and have her explain herself.
Okay, cool.
Just am I wrong for sitting up there saying that the woman is on his program and that basically what you say the boost to basically outright the situation? Look, at the end of the day, this is not a conversation. They're on the promise. There's nothing else to talk about. I bet you right now, that's the man you're looking for. You want him to be on a certain level so you can be on this program and be a happy, hopefully one day married woman. But let's get a debate about it. Greg, the last point that I'm going to make, and I'm going to shut up because I know I can talk a lot. Greg, it's all good. Let's get him, Megan. Like, so I'm going to say this, B. So, Greg, this is what I have to say, bro. If you don't give up on dating, bro, I'm not going to say, like, you'll never be a woman and stuff like that. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. All I'm saying is just experience life, bro. If you're sure you know you can put us, go ahead and take that and slam it out where it comes. If it's a woman, you feel like just do that. You know what I'm saying? Get to know her, know what her temperature is, know what her background. You understand? And deal with that, bro. If you don't gotta see how a woman is dealing with you.
Alright, so F Holiday says you just gotta face your way through it. Thank you, F Holiday. I took the stance that, listen, I think both of you should be looking at each other as a prize. I'm gonna look at my man as a prize.
than down south.
Yeah, I won't argue that. I won't argue that.
All right, well, I want to go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Camille.
No, I'm saying we can go to APBX and why she been kind of patiently waiting.
Okay. Yes. What's up, AP from the Bronx in the house?
How's it going? This is another great topic, Faith. As far as with those, piggybacking what all of those guys were saying, shortly before I came in, I did suffer that a little bit. I like certain kind of music because I like the lyrics of the music. I like music that's timeless and that is enlightening and inspiring. And I like real love stories and stories about growing up and families and, and learning, and life lessons. And a lot of the people that I grew up around, they just cared more about the beat. So I may have liked, Lifehouse, or I may have liked, Journey or Foreigner or something like that. None of my friends like that. So I like to read. I was into martial arts. A lot of the people that I knew, they just wasn't into that. And you have to go where you belong. You have to be a world traveler. You have to go where you belong. You are around different races and around different cultures. And I'm observant. I learn, I eat the meat and spit out the bones and spit out the fat. And, I just like to observe and I like to watch. Every culture has something about them that's messed up. Every single one. And, I don't like to.
Okay. What y'all listen, I'm going to play it on my phone. And if DERELL does come back, people, let him know to put the message in the private chat. And if I don't respond, have him mute my line. Look, I'm going to step away and come back. All right, guys?
Put down my culture, but if there's something that we could.
Okay, DERELL said he's about to end the live. So, DERELL, you might have to recap this, do this over, because this could have been a little more clear. So, for those that might have caught it or might have missed it, DERELL's going to probably redo this. What I said earlier, probably doesn't have to wait now. So, but when he does this again, I'll be on point. All right? So, thanks, DERELL. I'm going to jump down. I'll catch you guys later.